Hello everyone. Today we will study about the solar cell. So before studying the solar cell, we have to study the what are the basic concept behind the solar cell, how the solar cells are formed. So the basic principle of operation is already we know that the materials are classified in conductor, insulator, and semiconductors, where the conductors are the having the large number of free electrons. The motive behind the explaining this that semiconductors also require this. So large number of free electrons are there for the conductor. Therefore, it is a good conductor electricity. Insulator doesn't have any free electrons. Therefore, it is a bad conductor. Semiconductors have limited number of electrons for the conduction of electricity, and there that are arranged in a ordinarily array system. So this is a simple array system of the silicon, we can say. This one, it is a semiconductor. Normal semiconductor is silicon. Now how the p and n type of semiconductors are formed. So end of semiconductor is nothing but having the property of donor impurity. So when the phosphorus silicon is deep in the phosphorus, we know that the atomic numbers of silicon in large outer shell of the silicon, there is a 4 electrons are there, but in phosphorus there are 5 electrons. So the remaining 1 electron is called as a free electron in this end of semiconductor, or a donor type of impurity. So it is called as a n type of semiconductor having the free electron, one free electron which can be freely available. So in p dope semiconductor, or it is also called as a acceptor impurity. Why it is called as acceptor impurity? As in this, as a phosphorus is dope in the silicon in n type, same here silicon is dope in a boron, where boron having only 3 electrons in its outer surface, while silicon is having the 4 electrons, we already know. So this left only one positive charge, that is called as a hole, and due to this it is called as a acceptor. So here the holes are free to move in the vicinity. So the p-n junctions are see the p-n junction diagram. Normally when the p type is combined with the n type of semiconductor, the junction between these is called as a p-n junction. So as we know that n type is having free electrons, that is a donor. P type is having acceptor, that is a free holes, and combining this we the action is formed. So the this is a basic for the solar cell. Now we will move for the p type n type solar cell. The construction of the solar cell is so that the upper layer consists of n type of semiconductor, lower layer consists of a p type of semiconductor, and between this there is a junction. Obviously there is a junction. The thickness of the n type is much less than the p type. So p type having the phosphorus, and bottom n type is having p type is having the boron. So moving, so this is a basic diagram. Visible wavelength, including the particular wavelength rays are incident made to incident on the n type, or it is absorbed particular wavelength rays near about 100 to 1400, I think, not exactly, nanometers. So visible spectrum is there when the rays are falling on the p-n junction. Solar cell, this is nothing but a solar cell combining upper layer n type, lower layer is p type. This is a solar cell. So when the rays fall on this solar cell, that is indirectly it is penetrate the n type and comes near the junction, and when it comes near the junction, it releases the negative and positive charge particles, which will then later on combine with the particular respective area, which electrons are moved towards the n type, and positive holes are moved towards the p type, like the, and this process is going on until the rays is falling on the solar cell. And after that these electrons are moved from the other direction by connecting the inverter with the copper wires and copper plates, we can convert that electricity or generate the electricity which is then stored in an inverter in DC form. So we already know the moving electrons are nothing but a carrier for the electricity, or we generate the electricity. So this is a basic diagram of your solar panel. It is a solar panel combining 32 solar cells are there, because we know that the solar cell, single solar cell is having very less capacity to generate the electricity. So combining this all, if we require to increase our capacity for the generation of the electricity, the solar cells are combined. So 30 by combining the 32 solar cells, one solar panel is formed, and after combining these uh, lots of solar panels in particular frame solar system. This is about your solar cell. Thank you.